everyone. Today we're happy to have Deborah together with us.
Hello.
So first of all, I would like to invite Deborah to introduce yourself a little bit.
Hi, so I am a first-time mom to a 7.5-month-old turning 8 months. And I also am a content creator. I create content ranging on topics from motherhood. Various topics revolving around motherhood, revolving around health, wellness, and nutrition. And I also touch on educational topics from time to time.
What actually inspires you to create so many mummies content?
Okay, so when I became a mom, right, I think the adjustment period was extremely difficult for me. There were a lot of things that I realized that mummies don't really talk about. Because when we become mothers, right, we feel like that sacrifice is necessary for our kids. So it becomes very hard to talk about these topics, like our innermost thoughts and our struggles. And as a result, because of that, I didn't really have any idea what I was getting myself into. People will talk about postpartum depression, in a very general way. They will talk about, you won't have enough sleep. You are definitely going to be adjustment period. You will quarrel a lot with your spouse. So, but the thing is, they don't elaborate what actually happens in that process. Like, why is it happening like that? So when I became a mom, wow, the adjustment period was so difficult for me. And then I actually started to create content as a way of raising awareness about how tough motherhood and pregnancy is like. Firstly is to help people that are planning for kids to be more mentally prepared so that they don't go in and then they get very stressed. Secondly is also to help people to really think through carefully, like, about parenting and whether they are ready for it. And lastly is just to let other first-time mummies like me know that, hey, like, there are other people going through this with you, like, it's a supportive community here, like, don't feel like you're alone in this. Yeah.
That's great. Because from my observation, Deborah can be someone that you can trust when you want to plan for your next step in your life.
Right.
So Deborah, can you elaborate a little bit more about your current lifestyle?
Okay, so just now I was talking about how motherhood is something that I struggle to adjust to, right? So prior to motherhood, I would like to think that I'm somebody that went through a journey in my health, right? I used to be very overweight, and then it made me very concerned about my health, so I lost the weight. And then from there, I really went to educate myself on topics on nutrition, how to eat well, taking care of my body, and I even went into supplements, I wanted to optimize my health. So it was something that was important to me because I was planning ahead for the future. Like, in case if I wanted kids, which I have now, like, I wanted to make sure my body is healthy. So, before having a kid, right, I thought that, I have it, I kind of have it all together already in that sense. I got it, I think I got the secret to how to take care of my body. Wow, but when the kid came along, it was so humbling. I think having a child, right, because a baby is a very, like, defenseless creature. They cannot take care of themselves, or they rely on you 24/7. And I chose to be a stay-home mom to take care of the baby full time. I don't have a domestic helper. I don't really have any additional help other than my husband on a daily basis. So it's always me and the baby. And babies, right, they go with their own rhythm, they go with their own flow. They don't care you have plans, they don't care what is self-care and all these things, right? They just do what they need to do. They just tell you their needs, they just cry. So it was so difficult for me to take care of myself. It was so difficult for me to eat properly. Sometimes I end up eating my meals very late. Like, maybe my breakfast is like 3 p.m. And then sometimes I forget to drink water, which all these things are important because I'm breastfeeding. I need to make sure that my body has nutrients. So I realized, oh my goodness, like, it's not that easy to take care of yourself, especially if you are the full-time caregiver without much additional support. Sometimes because my meals are irregular already, right, then I'm hungry, right, I end up eating nonsense, I will just, like, whatever that is at home, got snacks or whatever, I just take it as a temporary meal for myself because there's nothing else to eat, which is also it's not very good also, for your body. And then on top of that, because of the daily stress of taking care of the baby, I've been drinking a little bit too much bubble tea. Okay, so again, it's not very good. So I began to realize that, hey, all these things we know that it's not healthy, but then I myself also, I'm so stressed that sometimes, forget it, I just buy the bubble tea. buy first and then drink already, then feel better, then continue, with what I need to do. So I think it's a very humbling journey, because then you realize it's really not that easy to take care of yourself. They say self-care very important for mother, but it's not that easy when you become a mother.
Wow, that's not an easy journey for Deborah. So what about your sleep and your postpartum recovery?
Okay, so they always say to recover well postpartum, right, you need to sleep well, you need to drink a lot of water, you need to eat well, right? I mean, I sleep well, my sleep quality is fine, but honestly, I don't sleep enough. And I think that's a common problem all moms face. Like we all don't get enough sleep. No matter how involved your partner is, you will never get enough sleep. So, for instance, this morning, my daughter decided to wake me up at 4 a.m. She wanted to party. She just wanted to disco ball, and I have no choice but to wake up with her and play with her. So, it was very funny because my husband came out to the living room and he saw my face got makeup already, I'm lying on the couch with makeup on my face. He said, how come you got makeup so early? I said, because she woke me up at 4 o'clock. Yeah, so I'm running on 3 hours of sleep right now. So I think to some extent that affects my postpartum recovery. For sure, my body is a little bit more stiff on some days now. And I think, in terms of body-wise, my body has definitely changed. But of course, right now, because I'm still breastfeeding, for some women who breastfeed, by the way, right, due to the hormone prolactin that actually helps you to create breast milk, your body might hold on to fat. So your body may actually hold on to body fat. So for some women, they actually lose body fat. They lose weight when they breastfeed. Some women actually, they hold the weight. Or they may even gain the weight because maybe they're eating the wrong kind of food. By the way, eating the wrong kind of food may cause you to gain weight also when you're breastfeeding. So if you eat foods that are not nourishing your body might actually hold on to fat also. So for myself, I would say that right now, I'm in more of a maintenance stage. Like my body is definitely not the same postpartum, but generally my health is good. Like I would say like health wise I'm fine. But if you're talking about weight, because I know this is a burning question, a lot of people right want to know. Usually when they say postpartum recovery, right, that there is a weight element involved. There's a body shape element. We are all girls, we're all weight, okay? So I get it. But yeah, I will have to say manage your expectations. Your body will definitely have some changes. It may take a while to adjust. So for me right now, because I'm breastfeeding, I don't really want to affect my supply too much. So my focus is really more on maintenance. Maintaining my health, making sure that I eat the right nutrients. And I worry about my body composition, like my muscle loss and my body fat at a later stage. Okay, one more thing I want to add also, in case to provide a bit of context as to why I also talk about weight management is because I have some issues with my knees. So background context is I used to be pre-pregnancy, I used to be overweight. And because of that rapid weight gain and lack of fitness in my lifestyle back then, it actually caused wear and tear to my knee joint. So I do experience pain when I bear load. So right now, postpartum, because I'm much heavier, plus I'm carrying the baby a lot, right? It does affect my body. Like my joints will hurt lah. It will hurt a bit more. So of course, at a later stage in my motherhood journey, I'm actually looking to strengthening my body, building more muscle and also managing my weight. Yeah, it is really, I would say it's the main reason here is not vanity lah. The main reason is I really need to be strong enough to take care of my baby lah. Yeah, physically, I cannot afford to be in pain. Yeah.
So that is an insightful information from Deborah. So, understanding your high intensity lifestyle right now, I'd like to understand what are strategies that you have for you to kind of like optimize yourself to cope into your current lifestyle.
Okay, so for myself, I know that my lifestyle is not perfect right now. I started on supplementation even before, like I mentioned just now, I started on supplement prior to my pregnancy, really to optimize my health on top of eating well, drinking enough water, sleeping well. And I think postpartum, for myself, I feel that now supplementation all the more is so important. Taking the right supplements, not any kind of supplement. Like please don't anyhow, please don't take supplements like food, okay? Like food, supplements for supplement for a reason. You take supplements to top up additionally what you are lacking in your daily life. So I do try to focus on good nutrition as much as I can, but I take supplements right now is to make up for that, make up for the imperfect lifestyle I have. That's one thing. Make up for any nutrients that I might not be taking in on really bad days where I don't eat well. And also I would say maintaining my health to a certain extent. Like it's really helping me to optimize my body lah, so that on days that I'm not feeling too good, I feel like if when I take the right supplements, my body physically feels better. I make better decisions. Yeah, I make better decisions. When you feel better, you make better decisions. Your mood is better also. So I would say that yeah, right now supplements for me is to help me maintain my lifestyle and optimize my journey as a mother, so that I can be a present and available mom to my kids.
So that's a very good point, to be present. Yeah, actually, I'm totally in line with Deborah in terms of the wellness and education part. So I understand, Deborah, you are taking TIAMO Start On and Shine On. How does it support your current lifestyle?
Okay, so I actually started taking Start On, right, even before I got pregnant. Like, okay, for those who don't know me, right, whenever I take a supplement, first I read up on it lah. I read up on it, and then for Tiffany, I know her personally for quite a while already, and she's a trained nutritionist, by the way, certified nutritionist, and I worked with her. I trust her ethics, and I trust the products that she came up with. So when I take a product, after doing my research, I actually will test out the product on myself for 3 months to see whether the effects are good. Because I think when it comes to supplementation, right, there's no such thing as an overnight result one, okay, like with anything. So you really, to give it a fair run, you really need to try it for a period of time. So for me, before I got pregnant, I actually took it for 3 months, right? And I could really see a change in my body comp. Like my body comp was already not too bad at that point in time, but taking sound actually optimized it further. And at that point in time, I still remember I was eating balanced meals, I was working out. So I just really wanted to see if that could help me to take my fitness journey to the next level, which it did lah. So I really liked that product. And then after I gave birth, I would say Start On then became really like a supplementary product for me to maintain my health. Because one thing is that, it contains multivitamins lah, at healthy levels lah, RDA levels. Like if you don't understand what RDA is, go and read up RDA. Basically, it's just the daily required amount of vitamins you need to maintain your body at baseline health lah. Yeah. So I like that it was at RDA levels, and it also contains this thing called AMPK, which really helps to activate your metabolic pathways so that your body is actually functioning optimally in terms of its energy output, which is something I need, okay? I need my body to function optimally in terms of my energy output. So I think that was the reason why I went back to taking Start On when I gave birth. For Shine On, right, I would say it's more of I'm not very young anymore lah. I'm 36 this year, so I had a child very late. Honestly, as much as I did my best to take care of my health before I planned for a kid, right? The process of pregnancy and giving birth and taking care of a baby, right, will age you. It takes so much out of your body. Like pregnancy takes out so much nutrients and that all the health from your body. Yeah, and I literally sprouted white hairs overnight the day I gave birth. I've never had white hair before. Literally sprouted a few overnight. So I could feel that my body was really giving itself to the baby lah, like the baby is now the priority. And Shine On has a very powerful antioxidant. In fact, it's way more powerful than, I understand it's way more powerful than any of the other antioxidants in the market right now. So I felt that Shine On's properties would be a very good way for me to just maintain my youth lah, to put it very bluntly lah, like at least I don't expect to look like I'm 20 years old, but at least like I'm not aging exponentially. Yeah, and also personally, because I'm not a fan of skincare products. I know some people, they like to apply topical skincare and all that. I honestly don't have time for that. I am just generally never a fan of anything to apply on the face, because okay, one thing is when you're breastfeeding, right? There's a lot of products that if it absorbs into your skin, you wonder whether it affects your breast milk also. Yeah. So everything that I take right now, right, I have to consider whether it's suitable for breastfeeding mummies. If it's not, then I cannot take it. So I would say for skincare, that is the tricky thing. It's very tricky. Like you're worried, like if you use it, will it? I don't even use perfume because of that reason. Yeah. So I felt that taking an oral supplement like Start On and Shine On, would be more suitable for my current lifestyle, in terms of helping me to at least maintain my baseline health, and to some extent maintain my wellness also like holistically. I would say that self-care comes in many, many forms. I think for everyone, self-care looks a little bit different. For me, I used to love dressing up a lot. So even until now, postpartum, I still try to find ways to make myself look and feel good, despite going through all the changes of motherhood. And I think for some people, for them, health, I mean, okay, not some, but for all people, I would say that feeling good also extends to health, because if you're not feeling well, you don't feel good also. So I think it's very important to think for yourself, or think about like what are the areas in your life that you can care for yourself a little bit better. So for me personally, like supplementation and brushing my teeth and showering every night and trying to wear something that makes me feel a little bit more attractive is my way of self-care. So I think as a mom, you yourself have to find what makes you happy. Maybe if brushing your teeth is something that makes you happy, then make sure that that is something you do every day. Because I know when we were going through confinement, right, my husband 3 days never brushed teeth, forget to brush teeth. Yeah, parenthood is not easy lah. So I think you really need to find ways to take care of yourself lah. Yeah.
So from my understanding, Deborah is a person who always share with sincerity, as in she knows what she is actually talking about. When she talks about her lifestyle, her current scenario, and her improvement, her strategies, I think this is something that some people who might looking for something like this to kind of like to inspire your life or to improve your current lifestyle. Once again, thanks Deborah, and I hope our sharing will give you a little bit of sparks to your life. Thank you so much.